Hello to everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I will show you how I create my blurring on the videos, one time with DaVinci Resolve. I don't know if you need the studio version, but I believe it's also doable with the free DaVinci Resolve version. And later on I will show you, if you don't have any editing software, you can simply do it through the YouTube Studio editor. And it has a similar result, but not as fine-tuned like in DaVinci. For starters, I will take this clip, and if you haven't checked it out, watch it. It's the video where I went to test the S1000 R. But for ease, to make it a bit easier, I will simply take this clip and I will drag it in. It doesn't matter if you do this on the speedometer, on faces, on cars, on license plates. You can do it with all. And there is no limitation. You can do it whenever. On DaVinci Studio, I believe you need the studio version, but I'm pretty sure the base of it is also doable with the free version. Then when you are here, go to the color page. On the color page, what I normally do, I make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. And then you go to window. On window, you can either make a custom shape or just use a round one, or I normally do the round one. Then I put it on top of the speed. I make it a little bit smaller. And now here with these purple points, I do it like this. Because if you do it like that, I will show you for a short time. Here you adjust the blur. With the radius, you put it at max. And now, as you see, on the edge, it doesn't blur all the way. So the more you do this, the less it blurs the thing you want to blur. If you do it like this, everything is blurred. So normally I do this. Then I adjust it obviously to the size of the speed, just like this. Do it until you're happy. I'm a bit lazy, so I don't always do it perfect. And when you're happy with it, you can simply go to the tracker and then you track it in both directions. Just like this. And you see, now it already blurred everything. And obviously here on the blur, you can adjust the blur how you want it. There are some other settings which I don't use. I don't really use them. I just use the radius, the tracker and the window. You can obviously do a custom one where you say, I want this, and this, and now you could also just drag that, and just like this it tracks it, and now I can blur that as well. Right now, since I did it on the same node, both the shapes are blurred at the same, but that's basically how you do it, and this can be applied for anything. So for example, if I add another node, a corrector, I can make another shape. I will disable this one, and you can go to shape, and for example, let's say I want this part to be blurred. I can simply do it like this and then track it. Right now you see it makes it, and now I can blur it. So this works with everything and anything. The only downside to this is that sometimes when, for example, on the other video with the double R, there is exactly with reflections. And when you have reflections, I can show it to you for a brief moment. Let me go back here and select the part. Because right now you see that the color inside of this clip changes a lot, since there is a lot of reflection from the sun and the color just changes. And on some occasions, just like this, if you do it again, I make it small, put it on top, just like this, and this, and so now I do it again and I start tracking it. Oh no, now it works, but as you see, it shifted. As you see on the last frame, it moved a little. That's because of the reflection. So if you watch frame by frame, it starts to move. It doesn't stay on the same spot as on the other clip. When there is reflection on the thing, or it changes color, shape, form. You can obviously adjust with this, but sometimes you have to split it up. So for example, now as soon as it starts to shift, I would just say, okay, from here on it shifts. Then I simply split it up and to this part separately from this one, so that you have both parts separate. And now let's jump into the YouTube editor. Alright, now for the second part, I will show you how I do it inside the YouTube studio. First, let's find a video, the slowest ride ever, for example. Then you go to the editor. In the editor, you already see, now for me it's in German, but for you it will be in English, I believe. And you can simply go to blur, basically. Here, sadly, the quality of the video isn't that nice and you can't zoom in, you can't do shit. You simply create a new shape, custom, pixelated. You can choose if it's oval or circle-like, or if it is a square. I normally use a square since on the YouTube app you cannot do that fine-tuning anyway. So I simply put it on the whole tachometer, and as you see down here it already created the timeline and where it starts to where it ends. Here on the YouTube side it's a little bit more intuitive, since when you put it on it automatically tracks it. So as you see now it already starts tracking it. Obviously you can see it moves around. So each time it moves, simply take it, put it back on, and it creates a new keyframe where it starts to track. And as you see, it still moves around. And this is also buggy. For example, right now you see the video isn't playing, it's a still frame, because YouTube hung up on me. So you need to reframe, you need to start from the beginning, and you have to simply redo it. So you go back to the part, hope it loads. You can also zoom in onto the timeline, and then you can do it again, put it back onto the tachometer. Again, say no, not through the whole video, just for this small part. I will mute it for now. And let's play it out. For here it's quite alright, but as you see it just shifted. So I go back 1 or 2 frames when it started to shift. Okay, here. So I will take it and put it back on. Now it's calculating and redoing. And just like this, you can do it frame by frame. For example, now you see it got a little bit too small. You make it simply a little bit bigger. But now you have to rewatch it from the start, because as it shifts the size, you have to readjust everything. So it takes a little bit longer, less automated, but a little simpler to use. For example, you see it gets bigger now, and sometimes it just loses focus, just like right now. So for these things, I recommend DaVinci Resolve. I will see you on the next one. I hope you liked this video. Check out the full playlist on how to record pure sound videos. I will try to make a video combining all the topics. So I will include my gear, my setup, my filming, my camera settings, my mic settings. I will show you how I mount the camera to the helmet, where I put the mics, and basically I want to show you the workflow I use to create my videos. I will make a separate video for pure sound and another video for motovlogs with nice bike sound, and that's basically what my plan for the next few videos are.